YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha back in the build for another Last Cloudia news and information video. You can see the title of the video. We got the information for our boy Lenius, and I'm excited to review his kit with you guys here. I did watch the video already, very interested in what Lenius is going to be bringing to the table, so let's dive in without further ado. The Mage Lenius, baby. You got Lightning Strike 8 hits, Bomb Blitz 13 hits, and Windstorm 20 hits. I don't even know how to say that word. That's coming in with 37 hits, y'all. I forgot that the reason I'm over on this side is so that we can actually read the text layouts. Elemental Master, double the hit count for fire, ice, earth, thunder magic attacks. Cut damage each hit does to 60%, excluding science, mana, and other special type magic. So we're getting another built-in dual wield mage. We haven't seen that since the Lilies. Always exciting because we know how well dual wield performs in any area of the game that it's accessible. Fire, ice, earth, thunder damage plus 40% and damage cap plus 5,000. All magic casting speed plus 20%. So nice that we're seeing casting speed already built into his kit, similar to how Shift Eliza has some in her trait. Just went over how well she does as a mage. So a lot of how I built her is going to apply to Lenius, I imagine. Sigil creation, duration of debuffs from units magic plus 20%. When using non-stacking magic, damage cap plus 10,000. Give unit a boost damage plus 4% buff to for each repeat of an attack magic attribute up to 40%, and that resets when using a different attribute attack magic. So they worked in kind of the spell linkage skill mechanic into Lenius's trait right here, which is fine to see. You know, as long as we're able to be getting damage modifiers, damage cap, I'm all for it. Not the craziest caps from what we're used to seeing with our current single wielders. However, I'm not mad at 10,000, 5,000 from up top, so 15k so far on dual wield magic hits. Not going to complain. Here we have the abilities that we saw animated. The skill 1 lightning strike, levitate for a frontal medium area long range earth combo attack, followed by a thunder combo attack. I believe lightning strike is the same name as Zekis's, as well as his S2 bomb blitz, levitate for a frontal wide area medium range ice combo attack, followed by a fire combo attack. His S3 wind storm, teleport above the enemy for a wide area ice combo attack. And this changes to earth if enemy's earth resistance is lower. I really hate this mechanic and how it has aged over time. However, I don't think it's going to be a big deal on Lenius here, since the skills aren't really what we're concerned about. However, they do look impressive, and there is, I think, utility to be had with him levitating. He gets off of the ground, so maybe he'll be able to like literally dodge attacks, as we've seen. Melee has her teleport above the enemy with the S3, so there is, I would say, potential utility use with these skills. However, I don't think that's going to be the main star of what he brings to the table. His special concatenate, I don't even know. Powerful consecutive ice, earth, and fire combo attacks to all enemies. Fire attack changes to thunder if enemy's thunder resistance is lower. So again, another change if the resistance is the way it is, but we're not going to pay too much attention. Let's move on to the ability board. Here we can see the skills that Lenius is bringing to the table. He does have an anima, Sophian anima. All enemies physical damage dealt minus 30%. That is quite a hefty debuff, so very excited for that and to see where it's applicable. Elemental Circle. Cut one enemy's fire, ice, earth, thunder resistance. That's all of them. It's not like 1 out of the 4, in case you were wondering. That is a 4 circle in one spell. Regularly deal damage of the above attribute with the lowest resistance, like how they worked that into it. Giga High Shaker. All enemies critical rate minus 30%. That is such a monstrous crit debuff compared to the incremental crit percentage raises you have to go through when building a unit for crit. It doesn't seem balanced for me, but also I don't see it being used that often in Arena. Crits are nice there, but they definitely are not why DPS is so potent. Giga Shade. Give all enemies an effect that regularly deals damage and halves HP recovery. Spirit Riot. I like how they had to put parentheses Spirit Riot because it's the same effect. However, this is just the ability to cast it on all of the enemies. Don't ask me why it's not called Giga Riot. That would have, I think, avoided the need to put Spirit Riot at the end of the sentence, but I don't work for Adis, right? Superior Spirit Summon. When magically attacking, spend one random skill stock to boost damage and damage cap based on the length of the stock's SCT. This can have a max damage of 36% and damage cap plus 5,400. Now, Tweacz had an interesting speculation on this because it kind of looks weird, right? 36% and then 5,400 damage cap. Well, Tweacz believes that that's relevant to the S3 since your S3 has the most time that it takes to charge up a stock. And in Lenius' case here, Tweacz is assuming that it's 36 seconds, right, for one stock of the S3. So then when you do the math, you can break it down to 1 second equals 150 damage cap. And then the way it's weird is because it picks a random skill stock. So let's say it picks your S1 stock to drain. You would then get 12% at 12 seconds to charge and then 1,800 damage cap, right? If you start multiplying the seconds that it takes for each stock with that relevant math. Again, we'll have to see in game if that's how it's affected, but I thought it was a pretty logical explanation as to explaining the numbers that we're looking at. Zero Dom. When magically attacking, boost damage proportional to closeness of the enemy, max plus 50%. This is the opposite of Maglion. So if Lenius is close to the enemies, he's getting plus 50% more magic damage, which I'm fine with. Sorcerer Mastery. Give physical and magical attack, special, and counter an anti-knight type effect. Damage taken from knights minus 10% and INT plus 10%. Magic weak point boost. We are seeing added to the game with this update, so it did make sense why they made that differentiation with physical weak point boost. However, we're seeing this skill in Lenius' kit, not on the UR arc that we'll take a look at after this, but just given that 30% extra damage to magic attribute weaknesses. Giant Purge, magic attack damage to boss monsters plus 20%, so we're getting the magic equivalent to giant killing. Then we've got Arcane up max, INT MP plus 15%, and Esoteric up 2, INT MND and MP plus 8% added. We haven't seen those two boosts, so Lenius is introducing them. For skills that we already know, we finally get to see some magic skills. Big Bang, Absolute Zero, Nether Tempest, and X-Radia are his non-stackable spells that he's coming with. Critical up 2, Proud Force, Special Boost, Divinity Geyser, which is very nice. Auto Recast, Auto Protection, Elemental Force, Robe Boost, Staff High Boost, Magic Aura, High Level Magic Chant, Immovable Object, Auto Advance Circles, and Auto Heal. Very, very nice skills to have. However, I think myself and I saw Tweacz pointed out that he was sad that there weren't more mega boosts, right? We're getting all of these modern meta units that are introducing the mega boosts. This guy would have been super dope to come along with Elemental Boost, or Elemental Mega Boost rather, with extra cap on top of those Elemental Boost damage mods that we know. And something like Elemental Attack Raise 3 would have been really cool to see, right? However, we didn't get that, so that's kind of just yelling into the wind. Great SC saves, pretty much what you want from a mage, so it'll just be about enhancing his performance from here on out. But we're not done with what Lenius is bringing to the table because Adis decided to do something new with these showcases. I'm very, very happy to see that he is coming with new stackable magic which is what we're looking at here. And Adel is showcasing these new spells in these videos beforehand. So we get to look at the hit counts, helps us make predictions and calculations. So very, very cool. Thank you, Adel, for starting to do this. But we can see this one is going to be his stackable fire. The next one is his stackable ice. They did them 2 at a time. And then here we go. This is the stackable earth and then stackable thunder magic, which we then get the explanations for here. Volcanic Fall, powerful wide area fire attack. Overfrost is the ice attack. Twin Cyclones is the earth attack. And Omega Spark is the thunder attack. So very, very cool. We're getting a Shift Zekis on crack combined with somewhat of what Angela is. Now, while Angela covers many more elements and has a no attribute spell, which is extremely nice, this guy's going to be very, very fun because that play style of casting your non-stackable and then following it up with your castable to stack on top can result to a lot of nice damage on the battlefield. So very cool. Very cool to see some new spells in game, and they look very big and very fast with some great hit counts. So excited to see what this looks like in game. And then the UR Ark that's coming alongside him, Apel Nexus, the Icebound. The Ark trait is ice attack damage plus 20% when allies non-stacking magic is active. Ice attack magic plus 20% more. When unit has a status ailment, damage taken minus 25%. If unit has freeze, also get MP regeneration effect. Ice attack damage cap plus 3,000. This trait is nice. It's finally giving us the plus 3,000 ice cap that many of the veterans have been waiting a long time for on the UR. However, it's not pulling me. It's not making me like really want this arc based off the trait. Moving on to the skill, powerful ice attack to all enemies. Given ice attack damage plus 30% buff to all allies, and give those stats minus 30% debuff to bosses. So essentially what we're looking at is Kagutsuchi for your ice DPS. The learnable skills, Ice Chance, ice attack damage to enemies in feint or break plus 10%. Okay. God Geyser is very nice to have, right? Gives magic attacks the anti-god type effect. Giant Purge is going to be teachable on this arc. Magic attack damage to boss monsters plus 20%. And Ice Enhance, given that ice attack damage plus 10% and magic damage taken minus 15%, along with magic up 2 and Ice Shield. Personally, if I could make a change, I wish they would have swapped Giant Purge for magical weak point boost. I think that would have given this arc a lot more value in the teachable skills. However, I was talking with the homie Tweacz, and he's like, well, let them save that for hopefully an SSR arc, a permanent pool arc, which I also agree with, since that's kind of how the original weak point boost skill was released. Again, I don't feel UR power from this at all, in my opinion, other than like, oh, it's finally the 3,000 ice damage cap. But like, those cap boosts, while they're great for our ice dual wielders, which is basically what we have right now, it just feels like it's becoming very outdated. I mean, how can you say that, Buddha? Damage is never outdated. But I guess I was just hoping for something new and something we could grip our teeth into and start speculating on. But there's nothing here that's never before seen or needs to be tested to find out its potential. So I guess I expected too much is what I'm trying to say. But it will be nice to finally get an ice UR added to the pool of Last Cloudia. So good luck to anyone who wants this. Your boy's going to be saving his crystals for sure. However, the AER, I think, is where Adel is trying to tempt some people. It is the Accursed Mass Staff. 7-star staff. The trait, during fire, ice, earth, and thunder magic attacks, low chance to give enemy a debuff for minus 10 resistance to that attack's attribute. With STR 48, INT 267, MND 124, no MP. That is a huge disappointment. And on top of that, the fact that this is just like a chance for a minus 10 feels bad. Like, I don't know if they were trying to make this seem like the Trishula for those magic elements, but it definitely does not. I think if it would have been a higher resistance lowering, maybe 25 or 30. That would have warranted some hype, but just for -10, I'm just not feeling it. I don't know what you guys think. You can let me know. On top of that, no MP stat feels really bad, so I'm just not interested in this arc at all. But with that, I think we are done with the video. I like the little animation they played here. However, we're not done with our video because, of course, we got to jump over to one of the best resources whenever these units drop. Tweacz, the homie, always does his unit graphics upon these information drops. Shout out to the homie for always coming through with these. We can see Lenius and the very nice graphical breakdown that Tweacz does achieve here. He's got some interesting notes, and this one I think was made in a smaller size, so it's not quite zooming the same as the other ones, so you'll have to bear with me if you can't read some things. But we can see everything laid out right with his abilities. You see the hit counts here. Obviously, anything with a 20 base hit count has me interested, but I'm much more concerned with the magic damage breakdown that we're looking at. So just going over, well, first let's talk about the new magic, the stackable magic we see with the dual wield hits. Volcanic Fall is 44, Overfrost 42, Twin Cyclones 40, and Omega Spark is 38. Don't forget, we're taking into account Lenius' innate dual wield hit count. He can't have less than dual wield hits, right? They're always going to be double the base hit technically, so we can see also Tweacz put a nice little 64 hits to Big Bang, 50 Absolute Zero, 64 Nether Tempest, and 50 to X Radiorite. These are all things we need to know when making these damage calcs. And he does a nice little color coding for the explanations here. So the innate non-stacking magic damage caps, it's up to 30,399, and that's with the conditions met, with the S3 being sacrificed for that one skill, Superior Spirit Summon. So that's not always going to be the cap. His cap's going to be jumping around depending on which skill stocks he's absorbing, or if you don't have any skill stocks at all, he's not getting any boost there. However, assuming you get an S3 drained, we can see the separate Big Bang, Absolute Zero, Nether Tempest, and X Radia total damage output for the spell. We're sitting in 1.6 to 2 million range, which is absolutely fine with me. I know Big Bang is very quick to occur, so that's going to be an extremely fun spell for him to use. Nether Tempest coupled with freaking Sandworm, given that crazy boost to damage, is also going to be very, very fun to see in action. We're not looking at Maja level numbers, however, don't forget that he's also got this stacking magic to couple with his non-stackables. We can see on the other side, have a base damage cap of 20,399 with the S3 sacrificed. If you can ideally get 2 of those off in the span of one non-stackable magic, you're looking at some incredible damage numbers for a mage doing background AoE damage, right? The Volcanic Fall pumping out almost 900k, Overfrost also just above 850, Twin Cyclones just over 800, and Omega Spark just under 800,000. So if you can get a couple of those off while one of these non-stacks is playing out, you're looking at a very fun, engaging, high damage level mage. Is it on the Maja level where you just, set the time bomb and watch him explode? These numbers, yes, actually. He's on that level when fully boosted out, when you've got all the damage caps on him and his whole board unlocked, and you're able to deal that amount of damage. Yeah, no, this guy's dealing crazy amounts of damage. I'm very excited to see this guy in action. Because the UR is so lackluster for me, I just don't see myself going ham on this banner. Definitely not spending any money this time around. As I explained, just life in general, I'm not going to be spending anything for a while. So I got to reserve my 120,000 free crystals for those big hitters, right? An incredible unit mixed with an incredible UR would be ideal. So I'll probably throw 2 or 3 multis at him and then just stop for the summon video tomorrow and hope we can get super lucky, because I do think he's going to be extremely fun and an extremely good mage for Last Cloudia. But I don't think he's worth chasing. I think he's just going to be fun if you let him come to you. Remember, this guy's a DOH unit, so in 6 months, he's going to be added to the off-banner pool of all DOH units, or all DOH banners, and he'll be accessible on probably next White Days banner, the event and celebration following Valentine's celebration in Last Cloudia. We got it in March this year, so you can pity him for 30k if you just have patience. Good luck to anyone summoning on him. I don't recommend anyone asking, is he a must pull? Based on paper, definitely not. Definitely not. But of course, you can never make final predictions until we see these units in action. The little nuances that you're not able to identify in these initial reveals. So I think I've talked enough in this video. I need to get to chopping and editing it. Don't forget, your boy Buddha is going on vacation. I'm leaving Friday. I'm trying to get as many videos up and ready, and I'm hoping to have at least 2 to 3 ready to post. Hopefully we can get that done, but in the meantime, we're going to see what Lenius brings to the table tomorrow, and then in the Power Creep podcast, which we will definitely be filming and posting up so you can watch the VOD on Friday if you're not able to catch it live. That's all I got for you this time, guys. Like, subscribe, bell noties, turn on all noties so you don't miss when I post a video. Let me know if you're hyped for this guy in the comments or what your initial thoughts are. With all that being said, y'all know what we say: work hard, play hard. See you in the next video.